He changed the world with a glove, but no one saw what it cost him. Behind the moonwalk, behind the billions of screams, was a lonely child crying in silence. This isn't the story they told you. This is the story they buried.
And were you scared of him? Very frightened. There's been times when he'd come to see me and I would get sick. I'd start to regurgitate. As a child or as an adult? Both. He's never heard me say this. I'm sorry, please don't be mad at me.
He became a star before he knew what the word meant. At age 5, Michael wasn't allowed to cry. His father, Joe Jackson, ran the Jackson 5 like a military camp. Rehearse until your legs ache, sing until your throat bleeds. One mistake, a belt, one lazy move, a slap. The smile you saw on stage was trained, not taught. He once said, "When I see children playing, I cry, because I missed it all." While the world clapped for little Michael, he was hiding pain behind his glittering eyes. On tour buses, in hotel rooms, on stage. He was never alone, but always lonely. Fame came fast, but freedom? Never. He was too busy performing to discover who he was. He said, "I was a circus animal, on display, trained to please." His pain gave birth to brilliance. Michael didn't just perform, he transformed. He studied James Brown, Fred Astaire, and created the moonwalk, a dance that made time stand still. He didn't settle for good. He demanded perfection. 100 takes for one vocal line, hours on one dance move. He said, "If I can't feel it, I don't do it." What you saw on stage was a boy trying to be good enough for the father who never hugged him. His face began to change, slowly, then rapidly. People mocked him, but behind each change was a scar. He didn't want to look like the man who beat him, so he reshaped his nose, his chin, even his skin. Vitiligo covered his body, but the world said he was bleaching to be white. They judged him for not wanting to be a monster in the mirror. Michael didn't hate how he looked. He hated what his face reminded him of. He built Neverland Ranch not as a mansion, but as a memory of the childhood he was robbed of. It had a zoo, a train, roller coasters, not for show, but for shelter. He invited sick children, orphans, fans, not for attention, but for healing. Because he knew what it was like to feel unloved, unwanted, unprotected. Neverland wasn't a place to escape from the world. It was a place to be the child he never got to be. Then came the accusations. They called him a predator, a monster. He was dragged into court, humiliated globally. Though he was proven innocent, the damage was done. He said, "Lies run sprints. Truth runs marathons. But when you run alone, the world rarely waits." He lost sponsors, fans, and peace. He retreated deeper into solitude, betrayed by a world he gave his life to. As the noise grew louder, he searched for silence, in pills, sedatives to sleep, painkillers for the backbreaking rehearsals. He didn't want to get high. He wanted to rest. Each show cost him energy. Each night he collapsed in silence, but the show had to go on, even if it killed him. In a world of flashing lights, Michael was fading in the dark. In 2009, he was ready to reclaim his throne. This Is It wasn't just a concert, it was his resurrection. The world saw the fire again, the passion, the precision. He was ready, until he wasn't. June 25th, the king fell, not on stage but alone, in a rented mansion. A fatal overdose, administered by a man he trusted. The world mourned the performer, but few mourned the person. He gave over $300 million to charities. He fought racism with lyrics. He united the United Nations with music. He didn't just entertain the world, he tried to heal it. From Man in the Mirror to Heal the World, his songs weren't hits, they were cries. Cries for a better world. Cries for understanding. Cries for love. He was more than a musician, he was a messenger. Michael Jackson's legacy isn't just record-breaking albums, it's what he left behind. A reminder that even the most broken souls can create beauty. He turned trauma into rhythm, pain into power, tears into lyrics. He was a boy who never got to grow up, but grew into a legend. If you've ever been misunderstood, mocked, or mistreated, remember this. The world may not see your worth, but your story can still change it, just like Michael's did.